Hey there, guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Pokemon Battle Royale and Mewtwo via Shadow. So here we go.
Do you know Hobby Lobby has hundreds of incredible products on sale every single week? Just check out our weekly ad to discover unbelievable savings across the store and start shopping in-store or online at hobbylobby.com today.
There we go.
I wanted to give something to the fans that they didn't expect. We're going to do everything in our power to blow your mind. There's magic in the arrows.
All right, here we go. Really excited.
For nearly 2 decades, people across the globe have struggled endlessly to make one crucial, exhausting, impossible choice. Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander. It's finally time to learn if the one you chose was really the strongest. And what better way than with their evolved forms? Venusaur, the pimply plant monster, Blastoise, the bazooka turtle, and Charizard, the dragon. For a fair assessment, we're examining maxed out wild Pokemon.
It's kind of
For those of you nerdy enough to care, this means no special EV training, no Mega Evolutions, and no tutored, bred, or otherwise unnaturally learned attacks. This way, we'll avoid any and all player influence. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. The first starter Pokemon evolves from Bulbasaur to Ivysaur and finally to Venusaur, the seed Pokemon. Becoming uglier and uglier with every form. Seriously, what the hell is that thing? Of the 3 starters, Venusaur is the most well-rounded and easiest to raise. In combat, it relies on its above-average special attack and special defense, or non-physical combat. Old Froggy Plant has a variety of moves. Vine Whips for slapping bitches, and Razor Leaf can cut through whole trees. Then there's the less action-packed skills like Sleep Powder, which is used to put foes to sleep and take women home from bars. Venusaur's adaptability is its greatest asset. It can absorb health with Leech Seed like some kind of jungle vampire, or simply heal on its own by using Synthesis. It also knows Sweet Scent, which aids the core accuracy of the sleep and poison powders. But why bother with poisons and powders when you've got a super laser? Venusaur can absorb so much sun energy that he can fire the solar beam. When I find flowers that can do that, I might actually take up gardening. Try and pollinate now, bees. In real life, celestially powered lasers rely on heated magnesium combustion. In order to fire, the solar beam's temperature needs to be over 6,700 degrees Fahrenheit. Unfortunately, the solar beam is so powerful, it takes twice as long to perform as any other attack. As a grass and poison type, Venusaur is extremely effective against water-type Pokemon. But keep them away from flying and fire types, because as we all know, plants burn, and birds fucking hate grass. Yet, Venusaur's well-rounded skills and tricky moveset could outsmart the competition.
Venusaur, the final form of the Bulbasaur evolution. This seed Pokemon soaks up the sun's rays as a source of energy.
The second starter Pokemon evolves from Squirtle to Wartortle and finally to Blastoise, the shellfish Pokemon. So how did this thing come about? Did a turtle get really drunk one night and then came across a tank and was like, yeah, I'll put my dick in that. Then 9 months later, the tank showed up at his door and was like, boom, this is yours. And then he raised it out of shame until one day it evolved, and then all the other turtles were like, that's fucking awesome. So then they all started plowing tanks? Sure, why not? Blastoise firmly boasts defense over offense, using his weighty bulk to outlast and overpower foes. Like a stone firm upon the shore, he can take wave after wave of punishment. As poetic as that was, he won't be winning any marathons. He's almost as slow as a tortoise, which makes sense, unlike the giant gun sticking out of his back. Blastoise can significantly reduce incoming damage with iron defense, barrel through hazards with rapid spin, and guard against any and all attacks with protect. He can chomp foes with bite and crack heads with skull bash, but most of his arsenal focuses on water power, blasting foes with water gun, water pulse, aqua tail, and bubbles. But despite its lack in attack type diversity, Blastoise can maximize its watery weaponry with Rain Dance, a rainstorm that amplifies water type moves and blocks out the sun.
But his ultimate attack is Hydro Pump, where he blasts water out of his twin cannons with enough force to accurately punch through steel at a range of 160 feet.
High-pressure water jet cutters are used industrially to cut through metal with at least 55,000 psi, or pounds per square inch.
Yeah.
By measuring Blastoise's cannons in comparison to his size, we can tell his Hydro Pump has a power of 90,000 psi.
That'll get the stains off your patio, along with your patio and possibly house.
Blastoise is effective against Fire-type Pokemon, but weak to Grass and Electric.
And when he's not battling, Blastoise can be found training on secluded islands to strengthen his combat skills.
If it plays its defenses right, Blastoise just might outlast everyone.
Blastoise's strength lies in its power rather than its speed. Its shell is like armor, and attacks from the Hydro Cannon on its back are virtually unstoppable.
The final starter Pokemon evolves from Charmander to Charmeleon and finally to Charizard, the flame Pokemon.
I would so ride that into battle.
Well, that could be tough. A full-grown Charizard is only 5 foot 7 inches tall.
What? That's bullshit. I want to ride a dragon to burn the villages of my enemies, not hang out with it on the sofa.
Despite its size, Charizard is extremely fast and extremely powerful. Its speed and special attack eclipse the other two starters twice over, the trade-off being unfortunate frailty.
But since he can fly, it's pretty hard to get a hold of him.
Charizard's moveset is incredibly diverse, ranging from the obvious Fire Breath to flying, dragon, and even ghost-type attacks.
At close range, he'll always have an edge up by using either Slash, Dragon Claw, or Shadow Claw. He can strike from above with Wing Attack or Air Slash, but his real strength lies in the flames. He'll burn and bite you with Fire Fang, trap you in a vortex of embers with Fire Spin, smash you apart with Flare Blitz,
At the cost of self-inflicted recoil damage.
and of course burn you to cinders with Flame Burst or Flamethrower.
Charizard can reportedly burn through solid
Which,
stone. This means his
I'm pretty
flamethrower
sure
reaches
flamethrower
temperatures over
could destroy
2,000
you
degrees
even to
Fahrenheit.
his heart.
Charizards are aggressive and warrior-like, and will actively seek fights with stronger opponents.
The fire and flying type combination makes Charizard doubly effective against grass Pokemon, but weak to water types. If it spends too much time in a heavy rainstorm, its flame will go out permanently.
But he's so fast and deadly, he might just overpower his enemies before they know what hit him.
Charizard, the flame Pokemon. When competing in intense battles, Charizard's flame becomes more intense as well.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle with the Pokemon!
Just Bulbasaur, just chilling in the background. Yep, sleepy time. Goodbye, Bulbasaur. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, man. Boom. A very violent and explosive.
Charizard! No! Oh, and Froggy plant whatever-asaur.
Charizard's greater speed allowed first attack, and its proud warrior mentality led to striking Blastoise first.
But Venusaur knew he had to take Charizard down right away, so everyone's favorite fire lizard was doomed, taking too much damage early on from two different angles.
But poor Venusaur didn't stand a chance against Charizard's dual typing, and the bulky defense of Blastoise was more than enough to outlast both of them. Also, since Charizard and Venusaur do not naturally learn Sunny Day, they could not counter the Rain Dance.
But Wizard, shouldn't they all just counter each other?
Yes, the rock, paper, scissors factor is a bit tricky. Grass beats water, water beats fire, fire beats grass. But ultimately, the core of any Pokemon battle boils down to mathematics. Every attack does a specific amount of damage, with specific effects to specific types with a specific accuracy.
And each Pokemon's stats are clearly displayed in the good old Pokedex.
So, by comparing every move, effect, choice order, and likeliness of occurrence, there are over 7,000 different possible ways this Battle Royale could play out. And out of all potential matches, Blastoise wins the majority.
Even when removing type effectiveness entirely and pitting attack and special attack against defense and special defense, factoring in health and speed, the Turtle Tank still takes it. Blastoise H2 owned.
The winner is Blastoise.
Next time on Death Battle. We're gonna kill all the characters like no one ever did. Like and subscribe to Death Battle like you just did. I run did with did. It's not my best work. But you can stop watching now. Click another or you're a jerk. Death Battle!
What makes a post-university person? Post people don't have time to waste. They want to move their career forward. Post people don't have money to waste. They want a good education at a great value. Are you a post person? Find out at post.edu.
YouTube via Shadow Time.
With Death Battle, our combatants are always extraordinary in one way or another.
I mean,
whether they're a superhero
I heard
or a
it's one of the
But these
worst.
two are literally
animated
built to show
fights
up the
in
rest of their
Death
kind. Mewtwo, the genetically engineered Pokemon.
and Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a Death Battle. Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Dr. Fuji was working to create a brand new life form which would change the world.
That's great and all, but he had something else in mind.
Fuji hoped his experiments would help him discover a way to resurrect the person he cherished most, his deceased daughter, Amber.
With unlimited resources funded by mob money, he figured out how to clone his daughter's ball of consciousness. Because science!
But before he could finish, he had to create the most powerful Pokemon, a clone of the legendary Mew.
And he named him Mewtwo.
Yeah, Fuji wasn't very creative when it comes to naming, but when you can create a new life form with nothing but a fossilized eyelash, you know you're a master of genetic engineering. A field I'd love to get more experience in myself.
Told you 1,000 times, Wiz, you're not gonna alter my DNA.
What are you talking about? I would never do that.
Always watching, Wiz.
Yeah.
Always.
Growing up in a test tube, Mewtwo's only companions were Fuji's other test subjects, including Amber herself, through some sort of psychic link.
Amber taught Mewtwo about the sun, the moon, tears, and, life stuff. Oh, and also death when she died for good right in front of him.
Worrying this may be too mentally traumatic for the still infant Mewtwo, Dr. Fuji's team erased all memory of her. Unfortunately, this left Mewtwo with a feeling of loss and confusion, and no memories to explain why.
With nothing else to do, Mewtwo decided to take out all his aggression on all of humanity. And then he turned some stupid kid into stone, a bunch of Pokemon cried, and Mewtwo figured out humans aren't so bad after all.
Mewtwo is one of the most powerful psychic-type Pokemon, defeating its foes with the power of its mind.
Alright, wait a minute, you keep calling him it.
Like
Is
that.
Mewtwo a guy or a girl?
Well, neither.
Yeah.
Technically, it's genderless.
Oh, how does it bang?
It doesn't.
Bummer. Well, one thing's for sure, it's got balls of ghost energy that blow holes in stadiums. Had an onslaught of undodgeable stars, multiple types of defensive shields, and a healing ability for when those shields don't quite cut it.
Alongside its other abilities, Mewtwo's favorite move is Psychic, a powerful form of telekinesis. With it, Mewtwo can effortlessly send enemies as heavy as a 500-pound Onix flying through the air.
He can even make himself fly like a Zubat out of hell.
Also, it can augment its melee combat with psychic energy or occasionally a massive spoon.
Would you say he sometimes spoons his enemies?
No, nothing about Mewtwo is cuddly, especially when it uses Hyper Beam or Psy Strike, attacks so strong they can incapacitate the toughest of Pokemon in a single hit.
And when trouble comes a-knockin', Mewtwo answers the door with a badass Mega Evolution.
Mewtwo is one of the few Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving without the assistance of a Mega Mewtwo Y. It gains enormous boosts in strength, defense, and speed,
making Mewtwo powerful enough to fly into space while carrying a robot bug monster.
Fast enough to breach escape velocity over 25,000 miles per hour, over 32 times the speed of sound.
So, really fast.
Mewtwo is so skilled in its psychic prowess, it can wipe specific memories from dozens of people at once.
On top of all that, it can survive a massive amount of abuse, like the time it got double impaled by an alien Pokemon's tentacles. Didn't they censor that?
It effortlessly defeated most of the Pokemon Champions team, including a legendary Articuno. It also teleported an entire crater lake from the top of Mount Cana. This lake is comparable to a similar body of water in the real world, Lake Kilauea, which holds over 385 million tons of water.
Wow, that's almost enough power to lift my ex-wife on buffet day.
Being a psychic Pokemon, Mewtwo is naturally weak to bug, ghost, and dark-type damage. Strange Dr. Fuji didn't pull that code out of his DNA, but whatever.
Hey, you gotta have some sort of failsafe when you're making the world's most powerful Pokemon.
Ah, yes, the ultimate failsafe against the most powerful psychic Pokemon. Bugs!
Oh, God, it's a Caterpie! Get it away, it's spooky!
I was not born a Pokemon, I was created. And my creators have used and betrayed me. So, I stand alone.
Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Professor Gerald Robotnik, the grandfather of Sonic's forever balding nemesis, worked to create a new life form which would change the world.
It was called Project Shadow, a covert government operation to discover the secret to immortality. Besides, like diet and exercise, because fuck that.
In Professor Gerald's case, specifically for his granddaughter Maria, who was dying as a result of neuroimmune deficiency syndrome.
Now that I think about it, Project Shadow is a pretty scary name for a program that's all about curing diseases and saving humanity.
Maybe it has something to do with the program's secret pact with a hive mind alien race called the Black Arms. Perhaps.
Okay. So what do you get when you take immortality, the cure of all diseases, aliens, and put them all together to make the ultimate life form? You get a hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog was the first step toward a perfect future. And during his time in Gerald's space laboratory, Shadow and Maria grew very close.
Until they were separated by a bullet. Turns out the governments of the world weren't too fond of all the evil alien business, so they stormed the place, captured Shadow, and killed Maria right in front of him. 50 years later, Shadow escaped and decided to take his revenge by just killing everyone. Until he remembered Maria's last words were pretty much, "Don't be a dick," so he changed his mind.
Now, on the side of good, Shadow dedicated himself to protecting the world from the forces of evil.
Turns out fighting the bad guys isn't too hard when you've got super strength, super speed, helped along by some awesome rocket shoes, and a bucket of deadly chaos powers.
By channeling the potentially unlimited power of the Chaos Emeralds, Shadow can enhance physical attacks, heal over time, and strike with powerful energy blasts. And with the power of Chaos Control, he can warp through space and distort time, slowing it down to a crawl, or with enough power, freezing it completely.
He's got so much power, he can only contain it all with 2 inhibitor rings around his wrists. Unless he gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which he can use to transform into a Super Saiyan Shadow. Super Shadow, yeah. As Super Shadow, he is completely invulnerable, can move at the speed of light, and has unlimited access to the power of the Chaos Emeralds.
Enough power to stop the space colony Ark's collision with Earth, and to teleport a giant comet the size of a city. Assuming this rock is half hollow and using the density of concrete as minimum base, this black comet must weigh at least 915 million tons.
Even without his super form, Shadow is powerful enough to wipe out an entire alien fleet in one blast, fast enough to reach hypersonic speeds, and strong enough to play tug-of-war with a giant space monster who is so big he uses a planet a tenth the size of our moon as a chair. Naturally, when you've got this much power, you're probably a cocky dick.
Yes, Shadow is excessively overconfident in his abilities. Also, he has a terrible memory.
This guy spent most of his life wondering who the hell he is. And even when he does remember, he usually winds up losing his memories later anyway. To be fair, if I fell from outer space and all I lost were my memories, I'd consider it a really good day. I mean, I lose them from just falling over at the bar.
That's probably not because of the fall. Also, we can't forget that the Super Shadow form only lasts so long.
Then again, when you move at light speed and have control over space and time, who cares about time limits?
Not usually a problem for the ultimate life form.
Many years ago, Professor Gerald Robotnik endowed me with the power of chaos control. A normal creature like yourself doesn't stand a chance against me.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
My sound was too quiet even at 100%. Then I found Power Sound. It boosts volume up to 600%, and yes, you can really hear the difference.
Get away!
You are not welcome here. Leave this place.
What's your problem, freak?
I know not its name, but it is black, red, and very annoying.
Fine!
This'll stop you.
Another gem? What's he doing?
Chaos!
I must know. No!
Control! Ha ha ha! Good try, monster, but you're done!
Too much!
Chaos!
Not this time.
Control! Maria. Wait, where am I? Oh my god, I'm glowing! Why am I glowing?
Sayonara.
Yep. The most bizarre death in Death Battle history.
You know, Wiz, when we started Death Battle, I don't think we ever expected to see someone die by spoon.
Yeah. Shadow may have had the advantage in pure speed and power, but this time, Rain defeated Brawn.
Mewtwo got the rundown on all Shadow's abilities simply by reading his mind, giving it the knowledge it needed to counter or avoid crazy powers like Chaos Control.
Ultimately, there was nothing really stopping Mewtwo from just taking over Shadow's mind, and its impressive durability and healing power bought it enough time to do so.
Pretty hard to win a fight when your opponent can make you forget what you're doing and who you are in an instant.
Shadow has been mind controlled before, and has always relied on outside help to recover. Even while Super Shadow was physically invulnerable, this form didn't protect his mind. Like that time he fell from space, and then the worst game ever happened.
Yeah, Shadow was gonna lose, sooner or later.
The winner is Mewtwo.
Next time on Death Battle.
Hey, yeah? You ever wonder who'd win in a fight between Carolina and the Meta? No, only hopeless nerds on the internet care about that kind of crap. Yeah. Why do you think I'm asking you? Just picture it. It'd be totally badass.
Hey guys, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick.
I'm Ben. I play Wiz, and next time on Death Battle, we've got something very special planned, so stay tuned. We'll be announcing it shortly.
Oh, I'm so excited. In the meantime, you guys can watch a show that Brian and I work on called Who Is? It's tons of information about characters that had a bunch of history, but really quick and fun.
And of course, Rooster Teeth and Screwtech first members can always watch Death Battle and DVX along with a plethora of other stuff early, so be sure to click the link below and sign up if you haven't already.
Plus, you get awesome stuff like 5% merch discounts. It's great. You can actually get a 30-day free trial by clicking the link, so do it. See you guys soon.
So that was it. Yep. Well, I'll see you guys next time.